my name is Leo and welcome to another day, a reading, of the Elder Scrolls. Today we'll be reading King Edward Part 6, the 6th book in the King Edward series. Alright. Chapter 6, Training. The day Edward was to leave, the Archmagister summoned him, presented him with a mithril staff, and bade him farewell. Back in his small cell, Edward removed his novitate robe. That means he's a novice? Yeah. And donned the grey shirt, black pants, and red sash he'd worn to the tower. He fingered the sash lovingly. Oh, come on. Why does it have to be fingered? Never mind. And why is he doing it lovingly? Oh, shut up. Keep going. His mother had purchased the shirt and pants, saying they looked sturdy, and maybe wouldn't show the dirt from the journey. Moylan had given him the silk sash, with its embroidery of twinned leaves and flowers, birds and butterflies in mithril, dwarven, and elven metallic threads. But he'd waited until they were... word wrapping. Right. Waited until they were across the channel. Alaria had said it cost too dear. She'd suggested cutting down one of Moreland's old ones to fit, but the elf had adamantly refused to let her have any of them. Edward smiled, remembering and wrapping the sash twice round his waist. Then knotted the ends carefully. He took the staff and ran down to meet his parents. He'd meant to fling himself at them, but Moreland was alone, and Edward stopped still. "Where's my mother? Is she... She wanted to stay and choose a horse for you. Didn't trust it to beach." "A horse? For me? Really?" "Of course. You can't walk all the way to Morrowind." Wait, does Morrowind have two W's? Yeah, because it's Morrowind, right? Sure, I don't know why hang on, wait a minute. I'm gonna fuck up everything, but I'm just gonna go back. No, Morrowind only has one W. Huh. At least the logo for the game does, anyway. Whatever good that does. Okay, now I gotta fucking somehow get back to... Wait, is King Edward's a biography, right? Yeah. Okay, part 6. Get back to where we were. Oh, actually, you know what? In the... Because I'm using the app on my phone because there's word wrapping in this one as well. It spells Morrowind correctly, so this is obviously a typo. Yeah. It should be Morrowind. Never mind. Where were we? I thought I'd have to ride behind someone. Look, the Archmagister gave me my staff. Isn't it beautiful? The elf took it and hefted it, trying a few swings and feints. Good balance and weight for thee, I think. Light for me. Show me how you use it. Suppose I attack you. He used his bare hands, and Edward fell into a defensive position. Blocked him, then thrust the staff towards Moreland's ribs. He danced easily aside, but praised the boy. A mage should have a dagger too. I thought you might like to have Tooth here. Oh, he's gonna give him his fucking dagger? Sweet. Edward, oh goddamn, wait, fuck. Stupid mouse. Disconnecting itself. Anyway. Edward's eyes popped. Tooth had an ebony blade and a hilt made of a real dragon's tooth. That's pretty sick. Oh god, word wrapping. Yes. The elf slid it from its sheath and handed it to Edward, who took it carefully. This is all word wrapped, is it? Yeah. The blade had a wicked point, and the edge was sharp enough to shave with. Matt's borrowed it sometimes. He'd carved the hilt, too. Are you sure Matt doesn't mind? Quite sure. Morland unbuckled his belt and slid the sheath off it. There was a new belt for Edward of snakeskin, soft and pliable, and a buckle with the black rose of Morrowind spelt. Wait, is it actually written in this? It's not actually written here. Oh. But in my app, it's actually spelled incorrectly, which is weird. It's got two W's again. Maybe I'll have to check the spelling of Morrowind, but anyway, whatever. Soft and pliable, and a buckle with a black rose of Morrowind on it, just like Merlin's. It's from the companions. He knelt to fit the belt and dagger and the sash over it properly, and Edward threw his arms around his neck. It's wonderful. I do thank thee and them so much, too. Oh wait, he didn't say so much. Sorry. Oh, I've missed all of thee so much. We missed you too, son. Let's go, or we'll miss our tide. I wouldn't want to worry Mother, he said, trying to sound casual about having a mother that would worry about him. No fear. I told her not to look for us until tomorrow night, just in case. But we'll surprise her. Good thinking. They made good speed and reached the inlet before the tide was full. Shall I show you how to use Tooth, or would you rather rest? Tooth! I can rest in the boat while you work. Moylan shielded himself and Edward too, saying that Tooth's blade was no joke. I could have shielded myself, Edward said proudly. I'm good at that. But my heels go wrong. Why is heels always capitalized? Whatever. It'll come. Give it time. Evidently, Tooth wanted time too. Try as he might, he couldn't get near the elf with the blade, even though Moylan kept his feet planted, and simply swerved his body, ducking and weaving, and laughing. Frustrated. Wait, what? Frustrated? Oh. Edward sheathed Tooth and picked up the staff and whacked at him, swinging it with both hands. It wasn't doing any harm, but it made satisfying sounds as it thwacked against the spell shield. Moylan let him hit, but stopped the staff easily when the spell had been used up. Edward threw it on the ground and turned away. The elf reached for him in consultation. Edward snatched Tooth from the sheath and thrust it straight at the elf's heart. The blade was knocked spinning from his hand. Edward had braced to stop the thrust, and had braced to stop the thrust and hold it, and he felt the shock even through his shield. Then, there's some word wrapping. Then Moreland was kneeling before him, nursing his left hand across his right knee. His face grey with shock and disbelief. Blood was gushing from his waist like a fountain. Give me thy sash. Wait, did Edward just fucking stab him? I guess so. What an idiot. I didn't. Edward's teeth were rattling in his head. He felt sick and dizzy. Bile washed up in his mouth. Did it mean so much blood? Boy, don't faint now. I need thy aid. The sash. Now, Edward. Pack it into the wound. Gods, what a mess. The hand was half severed at the wrist. Jesus. Jesus. Edward sat down abruptly, shaking all over, but his hands packed the sash into the open wound. Then he wrapped the rest round the hand and waist. Oh, wait, oh, we're already up to the next one. Yeah. Take my sash. Yeah, okay. Take my sash and make a sling. Moreland asked the injured limb. No, sorry, eased the injured limb into the sling and then released his other hand. He took the water bottle from his belt and drank it down. I need more water. Where's thy staff? There's a well 2 miles back. Where's Tooth? Go find it and don't cut yourself on it. I don't want it. Not many blades have bathed in Moreland's blood. 'Twill bring you luck. Do as I say. The tide's in. Aye, at first hold could be on Jorn for all the good it does us. I can't row one-handed. I could... No, you cannot. You haven't the strength. The current's swift here. I prefer to die on land. Edward, we cannot stay here. The blood smell will draw beasts. If I faint, get well away and climb a tree and pray. He climbed to his feet and leaned on the staff, breathing hard. Stay close, but don't grab at me, no matter what happens. He took a small step, then another. I'm sorry. Doubtless. You picked a poor time and place to turn assassin. Good assassin always has an escape plan. A good assassin always has an escape plan. Yes, sir. Edward sniffed back his tears. Sir, I cannot heal you with a capital H, but I can restore some vigor. Can you? 'Twould be of good help. The spell Edward cast shook the elf. He gasped, but stood straighter and firmer after the shock wore off. I can do it again. Edward offered eagerly. Nay, you have plenty of power, but want finesse. But 'tis much better now. Moreland was walking better. He sounded better, too. Edward tried to blot the picture of the injury out of his mind. They moved slowly, Moreland leaning against a tree from time to time to rest. Nothing molested them. That's what it says. Nothing molested them. Well, that's nice. It's always good when nothing molests you. I hate when things molest me, I'll tell you what. After an interminable... Interminable? Yeah. Interminable. Yeah. After an interminable time of silent travelling, they reached the old well. Moreland drained the first bottle, and Edward refilled it, drank himself, then filled it yet again. We'll spend the night in there. There was a large ramshackle building, apparently deserted. Well, where are we? Where are we? Ramshackle building. Ramshackle building. Ah, apparently deserted. The elf kicked the locked door open. Inside it was pitch dark. Light? Edward offered. Nay, I can see. Save your power and stay by me. There was a skittering noise. Rats! Edward shielded them both without thinking, pulled Tooth out, and placed his back to the elves. A rat leaped and drove itself into the blade. Really? Drove itself onto the blade? Why would it just suicide itself like that? Moreland swung the staff and laid out 2 more. Others scurried off. Well done, lad! They found a small, windowless room and shut... Oh, God. And shut the door behind them. There seemed to be some wood about. Probably Probably it had been some sort of storage room off the kitchen. Merlin sat down against the wall. So, you can use a knife. Was all that pretense? To put me off my guard? Edward was appalled. He burst into tears, protesting that he'd never harm Merlin willingly. I meant it for jest. I thought it'd make you laugh. I was angry at first, but at myself, my clumsiness, not you. It was all sudden. It was all sudden thought. I love you, dear. The elf reached out with his good arm and pulled Edward down to him. That's worth a hand, then, any day. Edward sobbed against his shoulder, while Merlin soothed him with pats. You are my real father, Edward. I am not. Nay art thou. Thee puts my... Oh, God damn it. Nay thou art. Thee puts my well-being ahead of thine, and loves me when I least deserve it. Why are they all of a sudden using thee and thou? They haven't used this in any of the other books. Thee's been kind and generous, and never asks anything of me, save to my own profit. The other thing is that she doesn't say, like, sometimes they use I and me. Whatever. Thee'd give thy very life for mine. That's what real fathers do. And I've given thee naught but pain. He who sired me despises me and my mother because we are unlike him. We are not like you either, and yet you love us well. I will do better by you, dear father. I give thee cause enough for offence. I took thy mother from thee. Jesus, this is getting real Shakespeare. Like, this is just halfway through the book. We're about halfway through the book now, and it's just suddenly going Shakespeare. You risk losing her because you would not part me from my father. You did not know me, and my father was your bitter enemy, and yet you took thought for us. You could not know how... Wait, there's word wrapping there, isn't there? Where is it? You could not know how unnatural he is. It isn't in you. Granted, and yet the offense and your anger on it remain. Okay. I love you, Edward protested, but he heard an angry edge in his voice. And hate me. Merlin's voice was so calm and quiet that they might have been discussing the weather. I can't do both, can I? Can you? I didn't mean to hurt you. I believe you. Am I evil? I was sorry. I'd give anything if it didn't happen. If it hadn't happened. But some took measure of... you took some measure of satisfaction in. Edward's throat was choked with sobs. He couldn't speak, but nodded into Merlin's shoulder. The elf's hand stroked him gently. Did Eric tell you of the Daedra? The demons? No. Is it a demon that makes me do such things? I am evil then. No, you are not. But the Daedra feed on actions such as that. They encourage them, and your anger draws them. But they can't make you do anything. They can't make you do anything. And they or it's what? Say that again? And they or it's not inside you, but it's connected to you. I don't know what that's supposed to fucking mean, but whatever. I don't want it! I want it to go away. How can I make it go away? Why don't you want it? You draw power from it. That's what lets us both That's what let us both... What? God damn it! That's... Where is it? Oh, that's what let you shield us both with the rat's attack. That still doesn't make grammatical sense, but whatever. Mana? That doesn't come from demons. No, but the ability to use it can. Look, some of your deeds feed the Daedra, but you draw power from it at the same time. Then the power's yours, to use as you choose. Do you have a Daedra? I do, and it's a big one too. But I think everyone has one or more. Some are stronger than others, that's all. But don't go around asking after them, it's not polite. I want mine to go away, Edward wailed. This actually reminds me a lot of Doctor Strange, which I saw the other day. So it's drawing on a lot of, like, references from that movie, even though this was obviously ages ago. Well, to be fair, the Doctor Strange comics were. Yeah, but I read most of the early Doctor Strange comics. I haven't read all of them, but the movie wasn't... The part where they draw power from other dimensions and evil demons and whatever, I don't think that never really happened in the comics. But, well, no, in the comics, Doctor Strange summoned the power from the three gods, Agamotto... Oh, jeez, I forgot the names. But in the movie, Agamotto is a person, I guess? Yeah. Well, they very well couldn't have gods in the movie, could they? No, I suppose not. Well, Asgard. Yeah, but they're not gods, per se. Sure. Sure. Anywho, where were we? Yes. We're in the part where we had to do road rapping. Right. The part where we have to do road rapping. So. So you say, but pretending it isn't there will not accomplish that. Having a danger is a bit like riding a horse. You must keep control. Oh, God, so much word wrapping here. The danger do not care for you. It would... What does that word mean? As leaf? I'm gonna look that word up. Because the word is leaf, and I just remember that we have seen this word before. And it means, like, happily. Yes. It would as leaf... Wait, it would as leaf feed? Wouldn't it be fed? Should be fed, because it should be past tense. Fed off your pain or injury. Where are we? Damn it. Keep losing. Or death as any other, and find a new host. They do not think or plan as we can, and I do not think they experience time as we do. So acts that feed the Daedra take place in a moment, and while you are caught up in them, past and future cease to exist for you too. It is an intensely pleasurable experience, but it can also be very dangerous and very addictive, so that you begin to think only of feeding your Daedra. You cease to think of the gods and those you love, and even yourself. When you have walked too far along that path, you lose the will to choose another. How terrible! What must I do then? It is terrible. The worst that can befall a person. Remember this night, how you felt. Learn to recognize the Daedra's hunger for what it is, and think about what you do. You are young, and this is heavy for you. But you are at risk. The elf's body stiffened, and he caught his breath. Edward gasped that the wound was paining him. Moylan said that he must sleep a bit. And could Edward keep watch and wake him in an hour's time? Then he could set a lock on the door, and they could both rest. Aye, sir. Wait, I might do somewhat more. I cannot set a lock, but the door would not latch, nor would it stay open, but would swing nearly shut. Edward felt about near the wall behind it and found a wedge. He shut the door and drove the wedge home with a chunk of wood. You mean a doorstop? I guess so. I thought so. 'Tis awkward to pass such a door with both arms full of wood. We have such at home in Gerald's palace. Now, anything trying to come in will rouse you. You can use your power to cast heal instead of lock. Hey look, that heal is not capitalized. Weird. Why, well thought of indeed. He freed his blade and laid it on the floor beside him. We may as well both sleep then. They slept fitfully. There were often scramblings at the door and in the walls, but nothing entered their small closet. Moreland cast heal capitalized. Moreland cast heal several times during the night. By morning he pronounced himself as fit as a one-handed man could be. Well, he's only got one hand? Yeah, his hand was cut off. Oh, like half cut off at least. Oh. He unwrapped the sash bandage and inspected the wound. The bleeding had stopped. The hand was still warm to the touch. It no longer hurt him, nor was it swollen or discolored. But the wound was still open, and the hand useless. Nerves and muscles had been severed, and some of the small bones broken. Jesus. Edward fucking wrecked him. Such repair was beyond his skill. Edward, feeling the danger feed on the sight, turned quickly away. Moreland grinned. You may as well let it feed. It's a harmless sort of feeding. The damage is done. I mean to starve it, Edward said firmly. You can try to do that, or you can learn to control it instead and still walk with the gods. I think we'd best go back to the tower. Aye, they'd be able to hear you there, will they not? I know not. At least they'll be able to attach it more firmly than it is at present. Do not look so downcast. The skill to mend it is somewhere. If not in the tower, Sass is good with battle injuries, and there are temples which know more of the healing arts than the tower mages. Besides, it is only my left hand. He held up the wadded sash, stiff with his dried blood. The color's more practical than my mother thought. Oh, because it's a red sash. Let's see if we can wash it out a bit. Never have I come so ill-equipped for a journey. I might have been strolling down the main street in Ebonheart. My mother will kill me. Right after she kills me, Edward sighed. At least returning to the tower will delay that. They came out into a bright courtyard. The morning sun was already high in the western sky. We're almost at the end of this book. We're almost there, yeah. We're very close, yeah. Very close. Although we're not yet. We're not there yet. Okay. Where were we? Not so, Edward. The companions are coming now. I hear them. Mara, let me think of a real good lie. Mirth trotted into the courtyard. There they are, he called back by the others. By Torgo, you are injured. Let me see that. We thought to row across to meet you. We saw the blood on the shore and tracked you here. What attacked you? A demon. A demon? What? In the open? Like in the daylight? Gods. What was it carrying? An ebony daikatana? Myth whistled. as he inspected the injury. Ilaria and the others ran up. She hugged Edward. "Are you all right, darling? I was worried." Then paled as she saw her husband's hand. "You must be slowing down. How'd you let a demon do that to you?" Myth demanded. "It was the boy. He grabbed at my arm in a fright, and my shield spell failed. It wasn't his fault. It was an accident. Allie, don't look at it. Edward, why don't you take my mother to see the rat you've killed?" "I want to watch Sass," Edward objected. Yeah. Then remembered that it would feed his daydream. But he might learn something about healing if he watched, which would be a good thing. This was going to be more complicated than he thought. "Oh, Edward," Ilaria said, "you must keep clear in a fight." It's the last page. Yay. He called for that. He killed a rat in the old inn there after. Did right well. Kept his head, put his back to mine, shielded us both. Anyone's apt to panic in his first fight, especially if he isn't expecting it. Sass came up last, as usual, elbowed the others aside and inspected the injury, hissing, "I can fix this. It's clean." He looked it over carefully, bending the hand back to open the wound. Then he brought the hand forward so that the edges of the tissue met. He was very particular about getting it aligned just so. Then he had Mats hold it in place while he cast spells over it. All outer traces of the injury vanished, leaving not even a scar. Moreland swung it with satisfaction, twitching his fingers. "Thanks, Sass. It's stiff, but tomorrow I finish." "My poor baby," Ilaria fussed over Edward. "You must have been so frightened, and you spent the whole night in that awful house." "I'm not a baby. I wasn't afraid. My father was there." And that was King Edward Part 6. Tomorrow's the 18th. Yes, tune in tomorrow. We will read King Edward Part 7. And hopefully by Wednesday we will have arrived in the place that we have to go to in Belfaria. Yeah, what's it called again? Is it Temple of Judith? Judith something? Church of Judith? Something like that. But for now, my name is Leo, and I will see you next time.